ready to grow my math brain? Are you? Yes, you are, so let's check out our new learning target, our goal for today in math. It says, I can add and subtract multiples of 10 using place value. So yesterday in math, we were working with more than and less than and how it's connected, how it relates to addition and subtraction. Today, we're taking away more than or less than and only working with addition and subtraction. And we're doing that with multiples of 10. Multiples of 10 is just a fancy way to say any of our tens numbers. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and so on. Those are all multiples of 10 because they only have value in the tens place. So we're going to practice adding and subtracting those multiples of 10 using our place value knowledge. When we use our place value knowledge and we're able to see the different values in our head, we are practicing mental math. It's going to be our challenge today to be doing these addition and subtraction problems in our head. All of you have the skills to do this. We just need to always go back to our place value knowledge and take it slow. But I believe all of you have the skills to do this. Okay, so when we're going to add and subtract multiples of 10, we can only add the tens numbers together. When we're adding two numbers, in order to correctly add them, we have to add the ones and the tens together, since we have to add numbers that are in the same place. So for example, if we were just going to add the tens together, and we had 5 tens plus 3 tens, how many tens would we have in total? What is 5 tens plus 3 tens? 5 plus 3, that is 8 tens, of course. 5 tens plus 3 tens equals 8 tens, because we were only adding the tens place together. And this addition sentence is the exact same thing as what we see here. 50, 5 tens, plus 30, 3 tens, equals 8 tens. How much is 8 tens? We have 80. 8 tens is 80. So when we see an addition problem like this, 50 plus 30, we only need to worry about adding the tens place. It makes it simpler since we have to think about a smaller problem. 5 tens plus 3 tens, 50 plus 30. So now we're going to start getting in it. So I need you to get out a whiteboard, pretty please. A nice whiteboard or a sheet to write on, piece of paper, anything you can use to practice your mathematician skills with me. So get out your materials and let's get started. Okay, Super Scholars, here is our first equation. 24 plus 30. We have 24 and we want to add 30. We want to find 30 more than 24. So looking at this problem, when we're trying to solve it just in our heads, doing mental math, we want to think about the place value to just add those tens together. So we can think about the problem like this. We have 2 tens, 4 ones, that's 24, plus 3 tens, 30, equals blank. So my friends, if we have 2 tens and 4 ones, and we're adding 3 tens, what are we going to add together? What is in the same place? What are we going to add together? We have 2 tens and 3 tens. 2 and 3 are in the same place. 2 tens and 3 tens. we can add them together. What would that be, super scholars? 2 tens plus 3 tens. How many tens would we get? We would get 5 tens in total. When we add 2 and 3, we would get a group of 5 tens. What about the ones? We have 4 ones. Do we have anything to add to that 4 ones? No, we don't. So we still just have 4 ones. So now that we know we have 5 tens and 4 ones, what is our answer? What number has 5 tens and 4 ones? 54, of course. We were able to break this problem down and look at the place value to just add the tens together. So 24 plus 30 equals 54. And we did that by adding the tens together since they were in the same place. And this is all the information we have to keep in our heads. You will be able to do it quicker and faster the more you practice at it, but we want to make sure we're taking it slow to think it all the way through first. Okay, can we reset our board? Can you reset so we can check out another one? Reset, reset. Awesome. Okay. Up next, we are going to solve 40 plus 37. 40 plus 37. These numbers are in a different order, but we can still use the same strategy. We want to start with 37 and add 40. So we're going to add the tens together in order to find our answer quickly in our heads. So let's break it down. We're adding 4 tens, 40, plus 3 tens, 7 ones, which is 37. So what would our answer be when we're adding our tens? Let's see, my friends. What are we going to add together? What are in the same place? We're going to add 4 tens, of course, and 3 tens. We're adding the tens that are in that same place. So when we do that, what do we get? 4 tens plus 3 tens. How many would we have? 4 plus 3. That would be 7 tens. We have 4 and added 3, and now we have 7 tens. But what about our ones? Do we have anything to add to our ones? No, we don't. We only have these 7 ones, so they are going to stay right here. So my friends, what's our total answer? 7 tens, 7 ones. What number is that? It is 77. So altogether, our completed sentence reads 40 plus 37 equals 77, which we were able to solve by adding 4 tens to 3 tens, those numbers that were in the same place. Okay, are you ready? For our next one, we are going to go to subtraction. So let's go ahead, we're going to use the same skills, but can you reset your board? Thank you. Awesome. Okay, let's take a look using the same skills, but with subtraction. We're going to solve 56 minus 30. So we're starting with 56, and we're going to take away 30. But we want to take away numbers and value that's in the same place. So let's see. Let's break it down. We've got 5 tens and 6 ones, and 56, of course. And from this 5 tens and 6 ones, we want to take away, subtract 3 tens. So what two numbers are in the same place? What's both in the tens place? We have 5 tens, and we want to take away 3 tens, of course. Those are the numbers we're going to work with since they're in the same place. So my friends, if we have 5 tens, and you're going to take away 3 of them, how much will we have left? 5 minus 3. We're going to have 2 tens left, just 2 tens. What about the ones? We have 6 ones. Are we going to take anything away from the ones? Nope, we still just have those 6 ones, so they stay the same. So now, after subtracting with place value, we have 2 tens and 6 ones left. What would be our final answer? What is 2 tens and 6 ones? It's 26, of course. Good job. Our final sentence reads, 56 minus 30 equals 26, which we were able to solve by just subtracting from that tens place. 5 minus 3 tenths. Okay, super scholars. This is one strategy we can use when adding and subtracting these multiples of 10. We can break those numbers down until it's tens and ones place and make sure we're only adding and subtracting the ones. This is just one strategy. When we start to move to other kinds of problems, we're going to practice a second strategy we can use with multiples of 10. So, can we erase our board, erase, and get ready for our second strategy? But before we do that, you've got a nice clean board, and you're ready to give yourself a break, of course. So come on, stand up with me, and I've got a silly question for you. I love a good silly this or that. Okay, you up? So which one of these would you rather turn into? If you all of a sudden became one, which one would you pick? Would you rather be a stick figure? If so, you're going to do 5 toe touches. Or would you rather become a bobblehead? If so, you're going to do 5 ceiling touches. If you were to become one, you were turning into one, what would you pick? A stick figure or a bobblehead? What would you choose? I would choose a bobblehead just because I think they're so fun. So I'm going to do 5 ceiling touches. You got your pick? Are you ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Another stretch break. Shake it out, and come on right back down to your seat and back to your clean whiteboard so we can check out our next strategy using our place value. Okay, so next up, we're looking at this kind of problem. Hey, we already have our answer, but one of the numbers that we're adding is missing. So how can we solve this problem? We know there's a number plus 56 is going to equal 86. We know where we want to get to, but we didn't know where we started. But we can use our place value skills to solve this problem in our heads. The second strategy we're going to work with is skip counting. We can count by tens to solve these problems because we know we're working with our multiples of 10. We can see that these numbers only difference in the tens place. So there's a certain number of tens that we have to find. So we can skip count with our awesome breaks. So my friends, we're at 56 right now. That's the part we know. How much of this path that we need to find out. We can skip count from 56 to 86 and figure out how many tens did we count. So can you count with me? We're at 56 and we're going to count up by tens each time. We're going to be adding a 10 every single time. And we're going to see how many it takes to get from 56 to 86. Can you count with me? So we're at 56 and then 66, 76, 86. Look, we got to our answer. We started at 56, we counted 66, 76, and 86. How many tens did we count, Super Scholars? How many tens? We counted 3 tens, my friends. And 3 tens is what number? Is what number? 30, of course. 3 tens equals 30. That is our missing part of an equation. 30 plus 56 equals 86. And we were able to figure out what was different by skip counting up by tens and figuring out how much we added. And this time it was 30. We skip counted up 30. So this is our second way we can solve these multiple of tens problems. We first were breaking it down, adding 3 tens to 5 tens equals 8 tens. But now we're working to skip count, use that skill when we have a missing number. Okay, let's try our second strategy again. So can you erase your board with me? Awesome. Okay, let's see what you got. Next one. We have 38 plus blank equals 78. Okay, we have part of our equation, we have our answer. What's missing? We have 38, but how much did it take to get to 78? How can we figure that out? What can we do? We can skip count up by tens. Because look, we've got 3 tens and 7 tens, but we have the same number of ones. So we know there's only a tens difference. So let's see. We're starting at 38. Let's skip count up to 78 and see how many tens we had to add. Are you ready? Can we all say 38, 48, 58, 68, 78. Awesome, stop right there. We counted 48, 58, 68, 78. How many tens did we count? How much did we add? We added 4 tens, Super Scholars. And how much is 4 tens? 40, of course. We added 4 tens, which was 40. So we completed our equation, and it is 38 plus 40 equals 78. We were able to find that missing number by using our second skip counting strategy. Good job. Okay, we are now ready for our final equation, and we're going to take it back to subtraction and see how this strategy works as well. So can you go ahead, erase your board, reset, so we can check out subtraction. Okay, so we have 83 minus something equals 23. So we know we started with 83 and we ended up with 23. But how much did we take away? That's our mystery question. We know it's a multiple of 10 because 8 and 2, the tens are different. But 3 and 3, the ones, they're the same. So all we changed was the tens. So my friends, this is when we're going to have to count down. We're going to have to count backwards by 10. Take away a 10 each time we count down. We're going to start at 83 and count all the way down to 23 and keep track with our hands of how many tens we counted down until we stop at 23. So we're going to go backwards this time. We're taking away a 10. So we're going to start at 83 and we're going to count down. We would have 73, 63, 53, 43, 33, 23. That's it. That's where we stop. 23. So how much did we count, Super Scholars? How many tens? 73, 63, 53, 43, 33, 23. How many tens down was that? 6 tens. We counted 6 tens down. And 6 tens is how much? 60. Good job. 6 tens is 60. So we have our completed equation. 83 minus 60 equals 23. We know that when we start with 83 and we just take away 6 tens, we'll end up with 23. And we solve that by skip counting down for subtraction and keeping track on our awesome fingers. So with your place value skills, you're able to solve so many equations with those multiples of 10. So now that we've started building and molding our place value skills, it's going to be your turn to show what you know with both our two strategies, where we broke down in place value and also when we skip counted. So let's take a look at your Tuesday math challenge of this week. Okay, awesome people, here is your challenge for today. It says addition and subtraction with tens, because that's what we're working with. So my friends, our goal, that means everybody's goal, what they're trying to strive for, is to use mental math and place value to solve. So you're really trying hard to do these awesome skills in your head and use your place value knowledge. That means you've got 2 options for your strategies. 2 choices you have for the tool you want to use to solve. You can add or subtract the tens. So remember, you can just work with the tens, add and subtract just the tens, or you can skip count up and down by tens, and you got to keep track of how many you're counting. So your first option is to add and subtract just the numbers in the tens place, or you can practice skip counting where you're keeping track how many tens. You've got 2 boxes you see up here. This first box is where you need to find the answer. This second box is where you're missing one of the parts of the equation and you have to fill it in. We practiced solving this first box by adding and subtracting our tens together, where we broke it down into that unit form, adding and subtracting just the tens. We practiced solving these problems by skip counting, by figuring out how to get from one number to the other and how much we had to count up or down by 10. And awesome people, I know our big goal is mental math, but if you're not there yet, that's okay. If you still need your whiteboard out to either write out these problems in their unit form, to write out 2 tens plus 3 tens, or if you need your whiteboard to write out what you skip counted, that's okay as well, as long as you're using your whiteboard to help your mental math skills. make sure you're just writing out parts of our strategy that we've been working on. Okay, second grade. Thank you for joining me and working hard on another great day of math. So, let's go use all our awesome skills, and I always can't wait to see what you know.